We're doing this required training because it's a risk management effort to help us make sure that we hit our net profit goals year over year. So this is the kind of language that helps us to make a solid value proposition. If you're in HR and your job is to negotiate the best price for staff benefits, that aligns with employee retention. And if you further that out, that employee retention aligns with net profit and overall profitability. So this is part of that alignment equation, is tying all these things together. Now, for the last bit of the equation, this is where it gets a little more complex, but you've already done the hard work, and all you have to do now is fill in the things in between. So what's pretty easy to understand once we have that language of the learning value proposition, once we practice what's the value proposition for our activity, we can more easily align that to the organizational metrics. What are they going to do after your orientation? What are they going to do after your leadership training, etc.? Once we've got that clear, now we have all the data that we need to prove, test, monitor, report on, build a dashboard around the data to talk about our impact and our value. So with a whole 2 minutes left, I can take a breath. Thank you for the comments. Folks have said this is gold, that they agree. What other things can I help you clarify or address within this goal of using this framework to create our value proposition? How can I help you put this into practice on your own? I did see a hand go up, but I can't remember who that was. Tom, any thoughts on bringing that person off mute, or feel free to put your question in chat also.
Anyone who wants to can come off mute. Don't have to raise a hand or anything. Or, yep, chuck it in chat, whichever's easiest.
Awesome. Well, Tom, you are an incredible expert in this space. While folks are maybe thinking about questions, I'd love to know from you, if you'd be willing to share, what are your reflections on this? And if there's one action step, Tom, that you might take after thinking about this framework, I'd love to hear that from you, and maybe that can inspire others as well.
They're all amazing, but they're actually pointless if you don't do something. Mm-hmm. This is lovely and it's great to see you all, but what I'd love to see is in a month's time, what has changed? What have you put into action? That's what matters. And so I'd really encourage you to take 10, 15 minutes, whatever you've got this evening before we go into tomorrow's sessions, just to reflect on what you're taking away and how you plan on putting it into action.